Hey YouTube, I'm Remodeling Veteran and welcome back to this week's video. This week I'd like to take you back to that cabinet that we painted the week prior and show you how to put cabinet hardware on it. Specifically, how to put a handle or a cabinet pull, what have you, onto the cabinet to be able to open the door. It's real easy. Just takes a template that you buy. You can buy it at pretty much any big box store, hardware store. Most places are going to sell it. You could make your own template if you want. I think it's easy just to use the one that you can buy. It has multiple occasions if I ever wanted to choose a new hole. We'll get to that here in a second. Just like to thank you guys again for watching. Without you guys, we wouldn't even have a reason to do the show, so we appreciate that. If you like our content, please subscribe. If you do subscribe, please hit the notification bell so you know when we post new content in the future. I guess let's get to the video. Alright guys, I just want to take a quick second and show you guys what you're going to be using on this project, or when you take on this project. So the template that I was talking about, the one we're going to be using is this template here, and it's for cabinets. It's generally mated with this template here, which is actually for drawers, and then just about all of them come with a drill bit as well. That's pretty much basic size for most of your hardware you're going to be buying. Cabinet hardware, I guess you could say. So like I said, we're going to be using this one. There is a million possibilities where you can put handles. It's really personal preference on all of them. I'll show you the ones that I use today, but you're probably going to use something different. You might like your cabinet pulls in a different spot, or you might buy them that the spacing is different. And I guess with that said, this is the hardware that I'm going to be using, and it's the hardware that I've used on my other cabinets. This is a 3-inch spacing, which is very standard. A lot of your cabinet pulls nowadays are 3 inches, but they do get wider and shorter, and I guess I should say longer and shorter. So, but the one we're going to be using today is 3 inches, and I'll show you how to use that. Most of you guys probably already have a drill, and that's about all we're going to be using today. We're going to use the drill to drill the holes through the cabinet, and use it to tighten the hardware and fasten it securely to the cabinet. So I guess without further ado, let me reset the camera. We'll go down here and we'll get started putting this thing on this cabinet. Alright guys, so here's that cabinet we painted last week. I'll show you on this template. So in my case, I have 3-inch cabinets, or 3-inch cabinet pulls, sorry. So in my case, I'm going to be using the middle row. As you can see, there are 5 rows of lines, or I guess you could say of alignment holes that you can use up and down. They have markings that, like this hole here and this hole here, they're evenly spaced at 3 inches. I don't like that placement, and I actually did not use that placement on the prior hardware that I've already put on my other cabinets on the other side of the kitchen. In this case, I had another template that I usually use. Unfortunately, it broke and I stepped on it when I started remodeling my garage. So I haven't marked on this one yet. Generally, I have a Sharpie mark on the sections that I use most commonly. And once you select them holes, you're probably going to use that selection on just about everything you like. So, but you have the possibility of putting them wherever you want. In my case, I'm using the middle section. And of this slotted area, it's got lines sectioned off into quarters. I'm using the top section on this line, on the slotted section, and then I'm using this middle hole section down here. So, like I said, that's going to be completely different based on what you're doing. So, you just have to kind of put it up and pair it up and match it to your hardware, so you know your spacing, and then just see where you want to put it up, or where you want to put the hardware. So in my case, we're going to use them slots. So this thing is made to kind of just push tightly in this corner. You want it flat on the top of your cabinet. Well, in this case, it's going to be on the top because this is a bottom cabinet. So obviously you want the handle on top. If you were doing a top cabinet, obviously you'd want to put it on the bottom. So it's easier. I mean, so obviously you can access it. But so in this case, I want it flush and flat up against the top of this cabinet, and I also want to push it in to this cabinet so it's tight, and then push it all the way flush to the back. So you just want to push it tightly in the corner. You don't have to put a whole lot of pressure, just hold it tight. And like I said, we're gonna go here in the middle, on this middle flat section here. And put a hole. Actually, this pin ain't the greatest. Now, let's grab another pin real quick, because that one's kind of broke, and then we'll get back. All right, guys, sorry about that. So as we were saying, I'm going to end up using this middle row here. So I'm going to push this tightly to the left and push it straight down, hold it back flush. I'm going to go to this very first flat area that they have here, or marking. I'm just going to make a dot. And then I have to go all the way down here to the bottom on this little circle, and I'm just going to just give it a little swirl around, let the template make a guide. And as you can see right there, let me zoom you in here. I got 2 holes, one here and one here, that are perfect aligned right in the center, right where I like my cabinet poles to be. Now, do not make the mistake that some people do and just go ahead and drill these. I'm going to take my hardware that I'm going to be using. Let me take the screws out of this right quick. Okay, I'm going to take this hardware and I'm going to butt it up and just make sure that that is going to work. And in my case it will. So I knew that it was going to be right on the template, but you never know. You might mark a wrong hole. I've done it before. A lot of people have done it. You get real fast, you mark the wrong hole. It takes 2 seconds. Just put your hardware up, make sure it's going to fit. So when you drill your holes, you don't have to fill them and repaint them and deal with that mess. So let me just get my drill ready. We'll go ahead and drill these out, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so in my case, my hardware that comes with my cabinets, the bolts are not long enough to get all the way through because I had made my cabinets out of 3/4 inch pine, and then I have a hardboard on the back too. So the hardware that they gave me is not long enough. So I'm going to use a Forstner bit. It's just a drill bit. In this case, the head is 3/8 in diameter. The depth would be about 3/8 of an inch. In my case, I'm only going to the back end of this bit. Forstner bits are nice for me because they give a nice flat surface when whatever they're boring into. They're not like regular drill bits or like regular twist bits that would give kind of like a pan head or countersunk kind of feel right at the end of them. So it's just easy to use, plus the predetermined depth. This is what I used last time. I know that if I go flat up against this drill bit, or if I go all the way into the back of this, I know that my hardware will work. So I'll show you how to do that. You guys might not necessarily have to do that. It's just something I have to do in my case, just because my hardware isn't long enough. I guess I could go buy more hardware, but I already have this drill bit here, so I'm just going to use it. So I'll drill these through here real quick, and then we'll keep going. Alright guys, so I got my hardware sticking through. I'm just going to kind of push it on there. Yeah, a little tight, not too bad, but just good enough. I've kind of just held the bolts in the back with my hand and put my index finger over the hole so they don't get pushed out, and I'm just kind of squeezing them together, as you can see, just to get ready to get the bolts started. So I'm gonna start the first one. Then we'll go down to the bottom and make sure it gets started. I'm just going to kind of go back and forth and get them evenly spaced. Hold on, guys. Let me get a different drill bit here. I think I got a number 1 Phillips in there. I need number 2. Alright guys, so I just went and grabbed a flathead screwdriver. I guess hand tools actually aren't bad for these. You don't want to over tighten them anyways, but it's just as easier if you have a drill that's got a chuck on it that you can change the tension on. So let me just give this a quick tighten. If you're using these hand tools, you just wanted to give a decent tightening. You don't want to over tighten it. I don't think you're going to strip anything out. I don't think you're going to get that tight. Just give it a decent tighten to whatever when you think it's tight enough. And yeah, that placement's pretty good. It's not too bad at all. Okay. Well, let me readjust the camera and I think we'll wrap things up. Alright guys, as you can see, real easy, clean cut and dry. Anything, just something just about anybody can do. I really think that you should get one of these templates. You could try to freehand this and try to hold the handle up there and try to mark some holes, but I'm not saying you can't do it, but it's just a lot easier if you have these templates. The package template of this, I was right around $10. I would say $8 to $12. Something that if you're doing a kitchen remodel or bathroom remodel, anything that's going to take cabinet hardware, you're going to use it and you're going to use it repeatedly. So definitely something good to put in the toolbox. Well, I guess that wraps things up. We really appreciate you guys watching again. We can't thank you enough. Without you guys, we wouldn't even have a reason to do the videos. So again, if you guys feel like subscribing, we really encourage you to. It helps out the channel. If you do subscribe, please hit the notification bell. And so you know when we post new content. We do have another video coming this week. It's going to be a surprise video. We'll probably post that tomorrow of another project that actually my wife is working on. So we'll post that tomorrow, so be looking forward to that. I guess that's it. We'll see you again next time, and as always, be safe, and from the Craft family, have a blessed day. Hey guys, I'd just like to take a quick minute and put a shout out to Get Music, that is GITT Music. I'll have a link to their SoundCloud down below. This beat that was actually on my video is actually produced by James Caesar, which is one of the producers with Get Music, so please go check them out and let them know what you think. Until next time.